G'day guys, I thought it was pretty funny how pretty much every single mountain bike publication came out with Shimano XT and SLX news all at once. As usual, they all had their stories ready, and as soon as Shimano took their media ban off, they all published straight away. It's pretty standard these days. I mean, I've been reading a few things about it. I mean, my thoughts on Shimano when it comes to mountain bike drivetrains is that they make good fishing rods. Yeah, I mean, that's a joke, but from my perspective, like people are saying, SRAM has had 12 by systems out for 3 years now, and they've trickled down all the way below NX even, like I was saying the other week, super cheap drivetrains, and all the way up to the high end in 12 by for ages. Shimano's just finally getting on board. So, yeah, I don't know how they can compete with SRAM these days, but they've finally made it. And there is some die-hard fans out there, obviously. People love their XT. Some of the things that I noticed that they were saying about it is, firstly, it's 10 by 10 up to 51 tooth. They had to do one extra tooth above SRAM, which is 50 tooth max. They're making a lot of fuss about the Hyperglide Plus, which is Hyperglide, which has been around for years, which is the little chamfers and things on the teeth, but they've also done it on the downshift now, so that when you go down into a harder gear, smaller cog, the shifting's better. So, yep, I'm pretty sure SRAM probably has that. They would have had that with XX1, no doubt, when they first came out with it, and they've trickled it down throughout their drivetrains. So it's good that Shimano have got it, but yeah, it's something pretty obvious. It should have been done a while ago, if you ask me. I did note a little thing in one of the articles saying that the downshift lag isn't quite as good as SRAM, which is pretty funny. I mean, he said it was not really noticeable, but it was there. They're making a big thing of the integrated shifter, which you don't have to have two clamps, but I'm not bothered about that. I actually like the clamps, having two clamps, because you can adjust your brake and your shifter individually however the hell you want it, rather than, I mean, they've given, I think that was like 14 millimeters of adjustment on the I-Spec mount, with just one clamp on your handlebar, and they're making a big deal out of that little piece of material that they've molded onto the I think it's the brake, where it rests on your handlebar, so it stops it wiggling around, or gives you more robustness, which I think is a good idea, but I just think they could make like a wider clamp or something. I don't know. I think it is good. It is an advantage, but it seems a bit funny to me. And the other thing is, I can't believe they've still got 2 by up the front. I mean, I don't know. There's some die-hard 2 bys up the people, but I just don't see the point of it in this day and age. I mean, they've even got a cassette for it, which is 10 to 45 tooth cassette, specifically for the 2 by shifter. In fact, I think there's something to do with the way the derailleur is configured that works better with a 2 by. So it just mixes everything up. It just mashes it all up. It's a bit confusing for people. It's just, you got to go with one by and stick with 1 by. You've got the range now, There's just no point in my mind. Now the other thing I did notice was there's no mention at all of the silence hub. So I don't know what's going on with it. I mean, they did talk about hubs with the system, but they didn't make any mention of the silence hub. So I know most people I know didn't think much of it. So maybe they just got rid of it, or it's still silent and they're just not talking about it and they don't want to feature it. But that was weird. Didn't hear anything about it. So yeah, overall, I think Shimano are playing catch up, in my opinion. Some people are going to love it, but SRAM's got a huge stranglehold and it works so well. I think Shimano have got a fair way to catch up. It'd be interesting to see if people jump on board or bike manufacturers actually put it on their bikes. We'll see. We'll have to wait and see. So anyway, that's my thoughts. Leave a like or subscribe if you enjoyed. Catch you later.